Hello and welcome to another episode of Fresh Film Fridays, the podcast where two dudes pick the newest films streaming or in theaters and discuss them. Today we are talking about 2022's Top Gun Maverick, which was directed by Joseph Kosinski. I'm your co-host Alec.
I'm Erik. Just kidding, it's Justin, but we do have Erik with us today.
I'm Erik. And I'm here.
Oh my god. It's so funny because I just edited the new Nightmare episode, and Erik, you really do like, I'm Erik? Like, you really do. You actually do it kind of like that. It's kind of funny, but I love it. It's you.
Came naturally.
Yeah, it's your call sign, Erik.
My call sign is Erik.
So all right, this is a long time coming, amazing episode that we've all been looking forward to doing. Really quick, we're just gonna say Nick Leone, we're trying to get him in here now. He might jump in randomly, and if he does, we're just gonna kind of go with it. But if not, we're just gonna push forward because gotta talk about this movie. So obviously, Erik, you saw it this weekend. Justin, you saw it, I think, on Thursday. What did you guys think? Erik, do you want to give us your whole thoughts on everything?
Oh yeah, I'll go first. Absolutely blown away. Absolutely, this is probably the best sequel of all time. I think, just with the time in between the first and second movie, and then this being just so amazing. This is probably the best theater experience I can think of ever having since like Star Wars.
Yeah. Justin?
That was pretty good. Well, real quick, I just want to say, so I haven't seen the original Top Gun in like 20 years.
Oh,
I didn't remember any of the specifics except for like Tom Cruise, Great Balls of Fire, Goose, like that shit. And so it came on Netflix, and I downloaded it on Netflix for my flight down to Florida. And I was like, you know what? Like, I want to watch this. I was blown away on the airplane watching it on my fucking 5-inch screen. And then on the way back from Florida.
Oh shit, Nick got in.
Yeah, finally made it.
Oh my god. All right, awesome. All right, cool. Well, dude, we just started a second ago. Justin was just in the middle of it, and then we'll jump into you.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, so, and then I was waiting in the airport to come back, and I downloaded US Marshal because I'm like, I need another movie to watch. It didn't download, so I watched Top Gun again on the way back. But real quick review of the second one. Just like Erik said, great theater experience, blown away, and they definitely did some things that I didn't expect that we can talk about.
Yeah, Nick, welcome to the show, dude. We are so happy you made it.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to be here. Sorry it took me a minute to get in, but I finally made it. Sorry about that, y'all.
No, good, dude. It would not be the same without you, so we're really happy to have you on the show. Why don't you give us your initial thoughts? We were just going around the table, so what did you think, being the expert Top Gun guy?
It was everything I wanted it to be and more. It was the perfect next step from the original movie, and I think that there were things that they could have done to maybe serve a little bit more towards some of the other characters, but they did everything right. Everything was still done well. Like, again, like you guys were saying, amazing theater experience. This was the first movie that I saw in a movie theater since pre-COVID. Like, I think the last movie that I saw in theaters was actually Star Wars 9. Like,
yeah.
No, but this was awesome. There was just enough of like nostalgia fed into it to where it's like, oh yeah, I remember that. And like, God, I was that guy that recorded the first like 3 minutes of the movie because I just like that intro was just so good, and they did a great job doing callbacks and everything. And so we can talk about it once we get into it. But if I had to give it just an off the cuff rating, definitely give it a solid 9.5 out of 10 right now. Like, just initial response, 9.5.
Damn. Well, that's great to hear, especially coming from you. That's really awesome. I'll just give my little review quickly too. Yeah, I absolutely love this. I really do think this was the best cinema experience I've ever had. I got to see it in IMAX at that TCL Chinese theater in Hollywood. It was
so good.
I mean, just the audience was losing their minds at every single thing. It really, the jets taking off, it felt like you were shaking. I mean, it felt like you were there. So I loved it. I mean, I was inverted, as Erik would say.
Because it was inverted. Justin, I did the same thing you did. I watched the original Top Gun on Friday, and then I went to the theater on Saturday and saw it. I just want to ask Nick and everyone, we can go back around the room, favorite parts of this movie. Nick, what was your favorite part?
Okay, So definitely the intro, first 3 minutes of the movie was just absolutely fantastic. Love that. I loved Maverick coming in to prove that he could do the mission. Like that whole part was just absolutely amazing. I love that. And then, spoiler alert, at the very end of the movie, when they hijacked the F-14 at the enemy base, I thought that was just incredibly well done. And for them to use CGI in this movie, they did it at a good time in making that happen. It was absolutely amazing.
All right, Justin, what about you?
Favorite scene would be anytime Jennifer Connelly was on there.
Yes.
No, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Swing.
Probably my favorite was when it's real close between a couple, but the favorite would have to be when Tom Cruise went up in the fighter jet when he wasn't supposed to and like beat, like the practice course with, when John Hamm was like, what in the hell is he doing? Like that was a badass scene.
What is this guy up to?
What about you, Erik?
Oh, my favorite part is definitely, and this, I kind of got a little dusty in that theater. I started feeling something in both my eyes with the Maverick and Iceman scene. And Iceman asked him, like, who's the better pilot? And, like, Tom Cruise goes, like, something along the lines of, let's not ruin this moment.
Yeah.
I just, like, I got goosebumps. I was like, I love that they still have that chemistry after all these years. And I love the idea of, like, Iceman's been an admiral and has been, like, Maverick's, like, guardian angel, I think they called him at one point, and kept him out of trouble. I just freaking loved this movie. Loved all of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alec, what was your favorite part?
Well, all right, two quick things. Yeah, the opening, Nick, as you were saying, like right as the credits were going, and it sounds like it's going to be the original Top Gun theme, but then the dong keeps going, and we don't get the guitar, and I was like, "What is happening? What is happening?" Like I can't handle it. Like, cause I've heard the theme so many times, and you're expecting the guitar to start, but the dong just keeps going, and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to explode. But then, honestly, Justin, same as you, when the spacecraft and he hits Mach 10 and he pushes it just a little bit farther and it starts like melting. I was like, this is so cool. Yeah, so that, and then when he blows the roof off that thing, that was real. That was real. They were not anticipating that to happen, so they kept it in the movie.
I read they blew the whole set away, and there was a one take. It's like, we can't do this again. He just destroyed the set with that flyby.
Yeah, so that's it. That's my favorite.
Yeah, but Alec, that open, the typeface, they used the same exact font. They had, Tom Cruise, Miles Keller, and Val Kilmer. It was like, oh man. And then Danger Zone hits, and it's like, wow. Took you right back to 34 years ago.
Yeah, seriously. But Erik, you made a pretty big statement at the beginning. I don't think you were here for that, Nick. Erik, you said this is the best sequel you think of all time. Do you really think that?
I mean, I think time will tell. Terminator 2, obviously, Nick, is up there with me. This has got to be up there. I don't want to say Terminator 2 is so old now, but that is probably the best sequel. And Too Fast, Too Furious. No, I'm kidding.
So I do just want to point out the only two things about this movie that I have to nitpick that were kind of hard to believe. And one was, anyone who knows anything about military experience would know that, just like the guy made a joke, he's like, 30 years, you should be like a senator. The military would have eventually just been like, you have to force retire if you haven't gotten promoted in 3 decades. So there's that. And then the second part was, you have better odds of going to the same 7-Eleven and hitting the jackpot 6 times in a day than you do of, not only did Goose's son become a naval aviator, which is extremely hard to become a pilot. There's a lot of prerequisites, but he was one of the best who got into Top Gun, but he was also one of the best of the classes who got recalled while Maverick was still in. I was like, this is a pretty ridiculous coincidence.
Who invited this guy? Who invited Justin?
I'm just saying. I'm sorry.
Justin, that's why he's Rooster and you just host a stupid podcast. All right.
I think the most ridiculous thing is hitting Mach 10. You know how fast that is? Does anyone know the miles per hour that is?
Tell us.
It's 1 Mach more than 9.
It's like 7,500 miles an hour.
Yeah, well, Tom Cruise just ruined like a $400 million plane because he's like, I just wanted to push it.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like insane scene. But like, imagine going 7,500 miles per hour, especially at Tom Cruise's age. It's like your face would just be like off.
Well, it exploded. Like, so how did he get out of that? Like, I love that scene where he like walks in the diner and the kid's like, Earth. Like, that was hilarious.
That's probably, Justin, and all the unrealistic things, that you're still an object in motion stays in motion. He's still going to be going 7,000 miles an hour, like with a parachute. Like that fabric is just gone.
I don't
Like,
know what the statistic is with like fighter pilots being able to eject last minute, but I like every time a US pilot was hit with a rocket, they were like, "Oh, it only did damage to the rear. I can still eject." I feel like the majority of time the whole plane would just fucking explode.
Yeah, speaking of the enemies, so in the original one, we kinda talked about it last time, they're called, like, MiGs, and those are we're assuming Russians, but they never say Russians. This
Mm.
one, again, they, like, never say anything, like, they're just they wear dark helmets. That's all we really
Well, did you look at IMDb?
No, I
it's
didn't.
supposed to be Iran, right?
Okay, so there's cast who are Asian pilots, who I'm assuming are the bad guys, but it doesn't specifically say like which country.
People also wrote
Hmm.
on Twitter it has to be somewhere Middle East for it to get back out into the ocean like that. Like as quick
mean,
as they get, I don't know. That's what I was hearing
China,
about.
North Korea.
I guess. I like that they kind of keep that not, talked about. I like that. It's important because it'll start World War III. It's like, oh, those are the bad guys in Top Gun. They're not gonna like that.
Erik, also in the end, when Tom Cruise was in like the really old jet plane that somehow still had gas and had, maintenance that could fly, and they were fighting against that super advanced fucking super duper plane, and Tom Cruise was like, if we go low enough, it'll scramble his radar. I was just thinking while in the theater, I was like, this pilot who's flying this advanced aircraft, god damn it.
That really sucks. Yeah, so Nick was recording on his phone. He lost internet and is not able to continue with us, which really sucks.
Well, looks like Nick is the goose of the group. Not,
Oh my
not gonna
God.
try to go there, but out of us, he's definitely goose right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, dude. I mean, now that it is out, though, I mean, Erik, what did you think? I can't remember what you said in the other podcast. Did you think that Maverick was, you thought he was going to live?
I thought he was gonna live.
I thought he was gonna die.
I thought Rooster was gonna die. I think that was what I predicted, and that
Yes.
he had like the double down guilt. And Maverick is just someone who handles guilt better than anyone. And if you remember, like in this movie, in the original Top Gun, Goose dies and he has a very difficult time flying again. And Viper's like, get him back in the air sooner than later. This one, Iceman dies, and the next scene is him in flying again. So it's just like he's been through so much now that it doesn't even mess with him.
Today's episode of Wheel of Horror is brought to you by Bard's Clothing. Remember that one time you bought a Cool Cat shirt, and now you get bombarded with calls and ads for Cool Cat shirts? At Bard's Clothing, the focus is on you and your story. A custom clothing company producing casual knits, button-down shirts, suits, and much more. All of Bard's clothing garments are created right here in America, so you don't have to worry about slave labor or killing the environment. Buying with intention to tell your story has never been easier. Go to bardsclothing.com to book an appointment, and be sure to follow them at Bards Clothing on Instagram. I don't know, Erik, you've sung the praise of this, obviously. Like, it's amazing. I also, favorite movie of the year so far. Favorite movie that I can think of for a couple years. Dune is up there, but Justin, I mean, did you love it as much as Erik?
I really liked it. I mean, it was a great theater experience. I didn't see it in IMAX. It was good cast. I mean, it's just hard for me to view it because like I was in the military, and like when all the lieutenants are hanging out and like in class in Maverick and they're all like making jokes and talking shit, like there was none of that ever. Like you never like spoke out of line like that. But I understand it's a movie, and it was great. I mean, it was great. I don't know.
You like Fast and the Furious, Justin. Like, what's wrong?
Hey, Erik, you like earnest movies.
I like all of it, dude. No, but come on, this was fantastic.
Hey, what if there was a Ernest Goes to Top Gun?
Oh.
He goes to the army.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about as close as probably ever gonna. Oh, he's dead now, but this movie really does though. Like, it makes me believe in blockbuster films again. Like, I'm not into the Marvel movies or the Fast and the Furious or any of that stuff. So to see a movie where I'm just like, oh, I feel like I'm part of like the cultural experience of everybody kind of talking about this movie and seeing it. So it's fun for me to feel part of things.
Well, I guess my only question is, and they did this in the first one too, is like both missions that they had in the first one and this, they were like, we can only choose 4 of you, so like 4 of you are gonna sit out. And my question is like, why? Why instead of 4? Like, why didn't they just have like 10? They're all just following each other. What did it matter?
Better question, Justin. Why didn't they just use drones? If we're being honest, I mean,
I mean, this was clearly a suicide mission. Like, Ham did not care at all. Like, when Maverick confronted him, he's like, I don't think this is possible. He's like, it's a goddamn mission. Like,
yeah, he even said he's just like, they're aware of what they signed up for. And you're just like, well, they're pretty young and like, really? Like, you're just wanting to throw them away. Oh, but Eric, what you were saying earlier about Iceman, it's like, that would have been so messed up if they're like, hey, like, just, he's going to die anyways. Like, put him in the jet and have him do it.
Well, he's the admiral. He's the only one that can go above anyone.
That just would have been messed up, man. I feel like it's like his wife and kids are
No.
there and he's really suffering. And it's like, I got this. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. No, I mean that's a lot, and I was thinking that in the theater for a couple minutes. I was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. I mean, yeah, but I would like to see Tom Cruise be his wingman, one more time.
Yeah. Do you think this is going to be Val Kilmer's last performance?
I heard he's in the new Willow.
Oh yeah,
but like more of like how they CGI Luke Skywalker. So I don't think so, and I hope not. So.
I can't believe they're making that. Willow. Is that a TV show or a movie? What is that?
I think it's a Disney Plus series. I'm not positive though, but with Warwick Davis.
Yeah, I saw like a picture of Warwick Davis. I was like, what the hell?
Could be good. Could be good. You don't know.
I mean, yeah, Top Gun's amazing. Who knows?
I mean, what a weekend though. Do we have Obi-Wan, Top Gun, Stranger Things, all these other the media right now is like, there's too much. Like, I don't have enough time.
Yeah, no, they're really cramming a lot. But this is seriously like such a patriotic film coming out of Memorial Day. Just Tom Cruise, like the American guy flying planes, American flags in the background everywhere. I don't know. It's
Kenny Loggins, like he's back. No,
barely. I saw Lady Gaga did the intro. Her and like a couple other people, like the remake of the theme song.
So. Yeah, that and at the end there's a song. I think it's called like Hold My Hand or something. I forgot what it was, but that was like the song at the end in the credits.
Dude, Take My Breath Away should have been in this. I was kind of pissed off. I was like, don't. What is this? What is this new song?
Someone else should have been in this, but we're not going to go there, are we?
No, we're actually, that was my next comment. What do you think? I forgot what her name is. What's her
Kelly
name?
Kelly McGillis.
What do you think Kelly McGinnis thought? Because there's no way they contact her. Let's just be real. And like, when do you think Jennifer Connelly was like in the timeline? Like, they broke up because eventually she took a promotion to DC, and this dive bar owner who somehow owns a Porsche.
They made a joke about her, Justin, in Top Gun 1.
Yeah.
Who?
She's the Admiral's daughter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Remember they make that joke, and that's her. So,
that's her.
Yeah, Penny.
Yeah, so it kind of works. It kind of works without like completely cutting out Kelly McGillis, So it's like, it's still like, and we do see her in the flashback scene.
I mean, dude, Tom Cruise has been in the Navy for over 30 years, and when his credit card bounced, I was like, dude.
Well, probably has a limit. It probably has a limit.
How are you having financial troubles?
But if Maverick just smiles at a bartender, they're like, all right, you're good. Get out of here.
It'd be great. It's like, here you go. This is all in cash. And she's like, no. And he's like, okay. And like, imagine he does that. That'd be funny.
Yeah, that would.
Well, they made the same scene from the first one where, like the guys threw them out and then they didn't know he was their instructor. And then the next day it was super awkward and not very original. I don't know.
My sister-in-law has been to that bar or has seen that piano at least. I think it's in San Diego, Alec. It's kind of cool that like you can go see like where they shot it and stuff.
Yeah, if I ever go down to visit my old college roommate again, I definitely want to be like, yo, where's that Top Gun bar? And he's like, yeah, let's go. Like, I don't know.
But... Really, dude? Like,
yeah. I mean, the fact that like so little CGI was used in this movie, I wonder if it's going to win like best cinematography at the Oscars or something. Cause it's like, it's unreal when you see some of these maneuvers and everything they're doing. It's like, how could they not be using CGI?
Like I said, Alec, I was thoroughly impressed. That sound editing, like the sound, come on, let's be real. Like every 2 seconds, you're like, oh my God, like it's so loud. And
yeah,
I was like nervous for Shannon. Like I was like, is the baby okay? Like she's dancing around a bit. I was like, oh my God, like she's probably like, what the hell's going on out there? Like,
I know, yeah. You're not gonna name your daughter Maverick, right? You're not just gonna come in out of nowhere.
Probably Iceman. I don't know. Middle name Iceman.
So Paramount paid the Navy more than $5 million to use like their pilots and their planes. Like they paid, I think it was like $11,000 a minute or something it came out to.
Oh my God.
They should pay Top Gun for like, hey, thanks for getting recruits for us, because people are just signing up. Like, I think Nick like signed up when he saw the original Top Gun, right, or something along those lines. I don't want to speak for him either.
But yeah,
He wanted to because of the movie Top Gun, though. That's so
Oh,
cool.
here it is. Sorry, $11,374 an hour. But I mean, in
God.
retrospect, like $5 million is nothing.
no, compared to what this movie was going to make and how much those guys made this movie what it is. Yeah. Surprising nobody got hurt. I mean, I didn't hear any accidents on set. No, I just never heard about that. I mean, and then you think about like other movies, like Twilight Zone movie, they had one helicopter and 3 people died. Then you got this movie, they're going crazy.
No, I did hear that almost everyone on set threw up, like except for Tom Cruise, at least once a day from flying. There's a trivia fact out there. It's like, yeah, dude, like, oh man, the G-force. Oh man, I don't know if I could do. I like roller coasters and stuff, but damn, that's a whole nother level.
I did watch this one behind the scenes thing where basically they couldn't I don't think they had radio ability in the cockpit. So once the camera was on their heads and they were going, they didn't have the director to be like, hey, all right, do this. So they just had to remember what they had to do, come back, and then watch the footage and be like, all right, we got it, or hey, you're going back up.
Come on, clean up the throw up, get back up there. Like,
Yeah. So
that's probably what happened. Like, honestly.
but also like Miles Teller, I mean, every actor involved in this movie, like this was supposed to come out like 3 years ago, basically. So it's just like imagine you're just waiting and waiting and waiting. But he's had a good month, Miles Teller, with the Offer show, and then this kind of coming out back to back. Like I'm sure he's pretty happy right now.
Yeah, when I first saw him come on screen, I was like, oh my god, he looks just like Goose. Right? Wasn't it like, didn't you have that moment like, oh my god, just like him?
I mean, all he had was the mustache.
Yeah.
That was it.
Just like him. Just like him, guys.
Do you guys think why wasn't Strickland in this from Back to the Future? He's still alive, I think.
He's like 90, right? How
So
old is
what?
he?
So what?
Same with Viper. Viper's got to be like 80 something.
Yeah.
Well, it's been 20 years or more since the first one. So, I mean, they would have retired.
So what? Bring him back. Bring him back.
You can't just bring people back, dude. Like, that's not how it works.
And first of all, Justin, it's 36 years since the last one, but have a scene where Tom Cruise is looking at a picture of Kelly McGillis, and then Strickland walks in. He's like, "I remember you and her," like sort of thing. Come on, no, don't do that. That'd be terrible. Overall, though, I mean, just amazing film. I can't wait to see it again. I can't recommend it enough. Everybody I talk to, I'm like, you gotta see this movie, and I'm shaking them. Like, it's so good.
You know what else, though? I'm happy that I'm sure Tom Cruise had something to say with this. They didn't put it on HBO or Paramount. Like, you can only see this in theaters because it definitely would have taken away from the effect of the flying.
It'd be such a different experience. Imagine like you, Justin, watching this on your phone on an airplane. Like it would be so shitty. So yeah, good on them for waiting, dude, because it's a whole nother experience seeing in theaters.
Yeah.
Ratings? You guys want to get into your scores?
Out of 10, Eric?
Yeah, I'll go first. I know Nick did a 9.5, I think. I'm gonna do this to him. 9.6. He's gonna be so mad about that.
You're a real piece of work, you know that?
I know. I'm a peach. He's gonna be like, oh man, I can't wait for him to hear it. He's gonna be so mad.
Alec, what do you think?
Dude, I mean, I just want to go with the 9.5. I think it's just like amazing. It's gonna go down in history as one of the best sequels of all time. I loved it. 9.5.
Yeah, same 9.5. Great experience. The fact that they didn't just CGI it or like whatever, and they actually had real planes with real footage. Like it felt like you were on a roller coaster ride.
No, for sure. This is going to be a movie that people are going to be talking about 20, 30 years from now. They're like, oh, yes, but like, does it hold up to the level of Top Gun kind of shooting? It's a feat of cinema, I feel like. Anyways, well, any last minute thoughts, Erik? You want to say any weird quotes?
Yeah, you guys can be my wingman anytime, including Nick.
There we go.
Anytime. That's all I got.
Oh wait, we didn't get into our call signs. If you had to pick a call sign, why don't we pick call signs for each other?
Oh, okay. Oh, I know what you're gonna say. Okay, so oh man, I can't really think of this.
I got mine. Okay, Justin, you're Kong, and Erik is Donkey.
Kong and Donkey. Okay.
Wait, why is Eric Donkey?
Because he's just a donkey.
I was like, Erik the Donkey.
I play Red Dead Redemption 2, and I did name my horse Erik, actually. So
I would name Eric code sign Dew for Mountain Dew,
Mm.
and Alec would be call sign Soy because you don't eat meat.
Soy and Dew.
Dewey. Actually, it's funny you mentioned that, Justin. That was when we did the Top Gun podcast, I said my call sign would probably be Dewey.
Yeah, I remember that.
Justin, your call sign would be "Do you even lift, bro?" And then Alex would be Smokey or something like that.
That's a really long call sign. Like, imagine
I know, but it'd be funny. Like,
imagine you're in combat and you're just like saying that whole sentence.
bro. It'd probably be shortened to bro, but yeah.
Call sign, bro.
Well, anyways, this was a great movie. Please go see it. Don't listen. Why are you here if you haven't seen this movie? But anyways, thank you everybody for listening in. If you haven't had a chance yet, we've covered the past 3 episodes of Obi-Wan, so you can check those out. We also covered New Nightmare on Monday, and then this upcoming Monday, we have American Werewolf in London. So get ready for that. And we'll see you all next Friday with something.